guys, this is Parr here, and thank you for checking out this video. So today I'm going to be talking more about the Better Together update, and specifically the beta that is due for Xbox One Edition. So as we know, Pocket Edition and Windows 10 already have it, and we're waiting for it for Xbox One, but it seems like it has been delayed, guys. So before we get into all the details, just a little reminder, be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel and like to be kept up to date on these kind of videos, and just find them interesting. Make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and you will see those, of course, pop up when the videos are out. So guys, let's talk about the beta then for Xbox. So when the Pocket Edition and Windows 10 came out last week, it was announced that the Xbox One was expected to come out this week. So today is Friday, and as kind of things go on Xbox, I generally expected the beta to come out on the Tuesday, because that's when Xbox tends to get its updates and things like that. But it hasn't come yet, basically. But we have had some news from Aubrey Norris, who, if you didn't know, she is the Senior Global Communications Manager for Minecraft at Microsoft. a long title there, but of course, you know, an important person there, and of course she lets us know about what's going on and that kind of thing. So she did tweet out yesterday evening to basically say it's unlikely we will be ready to release the Better Together Xbox One beta this week, fam. But we are getting closer and closer every day. And then she posted afterwards shortly just to say, thanks for your patience, everyone. We are looking forward to further debugging with you all soon. So there we go, guys. So that is the latest kind of official news with regards to the Xbox One beta, is that it's unlikely it's coming this week. Now, that was yesterday. You never know. We could have a surprise announcement today or maybe tomorrow to say the Xbox is rolling, the Xbox beta is rolling out now. I think it's unlikely, and I'm expecting at this point it's going to be pushed back until next week. And if, like I say, if it kind of goes the way that Xbox normally does, then the update should be out. I'm expecting the update to be on Tuesday. Like I say, that's when the updates tend to come out on Xbox, basically. But yeah, so that's the latest news, guys. Of course, I like to keep you up to date of any developments and any news like that. And obviously, you know, if you're like me, you might have been waiting, if you're on Xbox One and you have been waiting kind of patiently all week for news on it and hoping for it to roll out, you know, there's your kind of answer. Unfortunately, that's the case, and you know, there's going to be multiple reasons, and it's likely going to be to do with like major kind of technical problems, things like, you know, it could be well, I wouldn't say a simple thing, but something like that there's actually a bug that's preventing the beta from launching on Xbox, from actually loading up. And of course, that is a big problem. You know, we can't be putting a game out if it's not going to load up. But yeah, of course, when it comes to the beta, it's, you know, we're fully expecting it to have bugs in it because it's an unfinished version of the game. Remember, it's a beta, not the full release of the game. The full release of the game, the update, is due out in kind of autumn/fall time, which isn't that far away. But of course, this is the beta. It is a testing environment. So this brings me on to my kind of next section of the video, which I'm talking about the kind of community response, and I would say backlash to Aubrey's update, which I read out just before. And to be honest, the majority of the response from people on Twitter was actually quite negative and quite, I would say, quite a bit too far, actually. Some people were actually saying some quite mean things and actually insinuating things that simply aren't true. But yeah, a lot of people, of course, as well, were saying positive things. Were people posting things similar to what I put myself. I actually responded back saying, thank you for the update, Aubrey, you know, looking forward to the update. You know, it will be ready when it's ready. I'd rather, you know, people saying I'd rather have a game that works, you know, a beta that works than one that doesn't, you know. And that's, I think that just goes for anyone, really. I'm sure you'd rather have a game that works and rather than it doesn't. I'm sure you're not going to want one that doesn't work. But yes, I'm going to actually read out a couple of the kind of responses, and there was a lot of responses that were kind of like the similar sort of thing. So I'm not going to go through everyone because there's quite a lot on there, actually. And I'm not going to call out any names as well, of course. I'm not going to pop them on screen because I don't want to name and shame anyone. But I kind of want to bring attention and kind of bring some understanding to people who don't really understand like what the kind of developers have to go through to get these kind of things working, and the whole purpose of the beta. So here are some kind of comments. These are kind of like the common themed ones, but I'm just going to read them out. Someone put, not a surprise that you all false advertised this to us, getting us all hyped up for nothing. I promise I won't take your posts seriously anymore. That there, for starters, the very first one there, that is actually really out of line in my opinion. And I'm sorry, if I can't imagine that person watching my videos, but you never know. But I'm actually, I'm going to say to this person, that was actually quite a mean thing to say, and quite a really wrong thing to say as well. For starters, saying it was false advertisement. They didn't falsely advertise anything. When the Pocket Edition and Windows 10 was released last week, they basically said that, Xbox is expected next week. They never confirmed anything. They never promised anything, and that was it. Nothing was for definite. It's a beta at the end of the day. It's going to be ready when it's ready. They've said that countless times in the past, on updates. It'll be ready when it's ready. And that's it when they're saying, like, you hyped us up for nothing. And that's saying, I won't take your post seriously anymore. That's really bad. I'm sorry to have to say that's that person, but you were really out of line saying that. I'm just, I'm kind of shocked at that. It's almost insinuating that they did it on purpose, like they purposely lied to everyone. They goes, we're going to tell you, let's sit around. They're all like sitting there like evil villains going, I know what we could do. We could tell them it's going to be coming out like next week. Like they told us last week it's coming out this week. And then we'll purposely not release it just to anger them. That's not the case. Everyone knows that's the case. I think I appreciate that people are disappointed it's not out yet, but there's no reason to go that far. That is ridiculous. So go on. And I responded to a lot of these comments as well as did a lot of other people. And I didn't put anything mean. I just basically kind of clearing things up and clarifying things to people to make them understand, because it's clear that they don't understand how things work in the sense of betas and just releases of updates and games and all that kind of thing. Someone said, of course, this was like a kind of a quoted previous tweet. I think it was from Orby. So the quoted tweet said, "It is a beta. It will have many bugs." So that was quoted. Then they goes and say, "Oh, it can't be released because it's got too many bugs." What the WTF? So again, that kind of ties into what I was saying before. It's like, yes, the beta is expected to have bugs, but of course, if there are major bugs that are preventing the game from launching, then they can't release it on the Xbox. On the Xbox One, and people need to realise that they're not just going, "Oh, there's a little bug with a colour on the dirt block. It's glitched out a bit. Oh, we can't release the game because of this." It's not simple things like that. It is going to be major technical problems to do with the launching of the game or the running of the game and that kind of thing. So people, again, chill out and think about stuff before you post stuff. And then this was quite a common thing. This wasn't too bad, but there were some meaner comments that people put in. And then this person said, "That's fine," like in response to Aubrey's update. And then they went and said, "But before you confirm a date and say it would be released this week, don't say anything until you're sure." And people were saying stuff like going, "Oh, don't tell us it's going to be out then if you're not 100% sure." Again, nothing was promised. Nothing was confirmed for definite. They just said it's expected next week. Because for weeks people have been saying, when is it coming? When is it coming? When will when it came out on Pocket Edition and Windows 10, people go, "When's it coming for Xbox? When? Please tell us, please tell us." So they put an update like that. We're expecting it to come out next week. Simple as, just to keep people happy. And at the end of the day, I would rather have some sort of update, some sort of idea than nothing at all. And they were good enough to tell us this week that it's not coming out, that kind of thing. So people, when you say don't tell us it's going to be coming out when it's not, it's that they didn't like, again, purposely go, it's going to be coming out next week, fully aware that it's not going to be. They for a while up until last week, they was kind of saying things about the release and the betas and things, saying it'll be ready when it's ready, basically. But now they're going, yeah, we're getting closer and closer. We expect it to be out next week. That's what they was kind of saying. So again, similar things like that, and people were saying that kind of thing, and then people, simple things go, why say this week then if it's not coming out? And again, that kind of thing. And even the same person, actually, I'm just reading it again, has basically said, "Pardon my bitterness, but this is getting ridiculous. Empty promises." Again, there were no empty promises. They promised nothing to us. If anything, it's one of these things where we're actually quite lucky to get these updates, to get information, and to be getting a beta that's going to be, the extent it is, that we're going to be able to take part in it and play it. So a lot of games do get betas. Not all games get betas. That's, just how it works. They could have gone, well, you're not going to play it. You're going to have to wait until next year or something like that. They want to get it out as soon as possible, and they are working on it. They are working on it to get it fixed and get it working basically on Xbox One. We know it's on Pocket Edition on Windows 10. People were saying like, well, it's out on those versions. Why can't you get it working on Xbox? It's like, it's a different device. It's a console. It's the first time this type of this game with like these full-on servers like Minecraft, we're talking like these full-on cross-play, massive servers, all that kind of thing. First time it's been brought to a console, and people need to appreciate that sort of thing. And finally, there's kind of I guess off-topic question. Someone did actually say, why can't you add Better Together beta for iOS? Unhappy smiley face. and the answer to that, they have confirmed this before, is because Apple, obviously, who make iPhones and things, they run things a bit differently for their apps. They don't, as far as my understanding goes, they don't allow kind of betas on their devices, because they only want like full releases of games, because they do their own testing as well before it's released. So you have to submit it to them. I believe they have to submit like the apps and games to them. They have a test to make sure it's running correctly, and then they release it on obviously on iOS devices. And with a beta like Minecraft, or any beta really, it's just not something that's possible for them to do within the time frame. Of course, that's just the beta. The full release of Better Together update will be out on iOS devices, of course, when it's ready, and when it's ready to be released, basically. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. I just wanted to obviously give you the latest news with regards to what's happening with the beta, and also just talk a bit about the community response. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of you guys who watch my videos weren't kind of responding back to Aubrey with anything mean or anything. I didn't see any regular names, but of course, guys, just a little reminder. I know a lot of you guys are cool with this kind of thing, but it's always just for anyone really. Anyone seeing this video, it's just always keep an open mind, and just kind of chill out a bit, and let the developers and the the company do what they do and get the game ready. I know it is disappointing that it has been delayed, but at the end of the day, technical problems occur. Problems occur in life in general. Things don't always go the way you want it. Things get set back, things get delayed. It's just the way of life, and that's no different, of course, when it comes to a beta or a release of a game or something like that. Unexpected problems occur. They didn't do it on purpose. They didn't purposely say we're going to release it next week, like said that last week, and then purposely go, we're not going to release it because we want to anger everyone. They didn't do that. They want this. They want it out on Xbox. They're probably frantically trying to work on this in their offices right now, going, we wanted this out, we wanted people to be playing this, and wanted to get in, bug finding and testing performance and all sorts of things. They're delayed, of course, from their side, so they want this ready and they want it out as soon as possible. But like I say, as it stands, I'm fully expecting it to be at least next week at this point, and hopefully Tuesday. As soon as there's any more confirmed news, of course, I will let you guys know. But as always, if you have enjoyed this video and found it interesting, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you are aware of new videos when they are released. And just finally, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. Again, bear in mind, obviously, everything I've talked about. Just have an open mind. Don't kind of just, troll or just hate in the comments or anything like that. Just have an open mind, and, just let me know what you're thinking about it. But again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, I'm going to say bye-bye for now, and I will see you all later.